Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio, live HMD Studios. You know where we at. Akinyemi is here with me today. What's up, my brother?
What's good?
All right, so, quick PSA before the interview. We did have a Zoom interview at one point, but it never got released. Not for any bad reasons, just because, like, at some point.
Niggas not trying to do Zoom no more.
Yeah, at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I first started coming to this studio, again, shout out HMD, I was thinking, yo, all right, let me think of all the New York artists I did in, like, the last month, and let me just bring them in the studio. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's so funny how we could be like, like half hour away, 40 minutes away, 10 minutes away from each other, and then we're on the Zoom.
We're on laptops, yeah.
It's weird.
Nah, yeah, that in-person shit has always been way more genuine. Like, you're saying you could feel somebody's energy when they're in the room. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like it was funny because I think my first realization was, because when we're recording this, this is coming out in time for the new album. But when we're recording this, we're coming off 4th of July weekend. And I had a high moment in Prospect Park with another artist. And I was like, yo, bro, you and I live 10 minutes away from each other, and we did this interview on Zoom. What the fuck? Like, why did we do this?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we vaccinated up. Like, so you don't feel me?
That's
like,
a fact.
Yeah, ain't
Well, I'm
worry
excited to
about
have you here, man. Congratulations on everything.
I appreciate it, man.
We back out. We got new records out. We got a new album on the way.
Yes, sir.
You back in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Back in Brooklyn.
How does it feel to be back in New York?
It feels great, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially, like, I feel like I curated my crib to, like, my home studio setup and shit. I'm, like, so hyped because, like, you got the on-the-road setup, but then you got the crib setup, all the gear you used to, everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm working, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the lab writing every day, just sharpening my pen.
And for a while, when Glaciers came out, there was an 8-month period of no music for you, right? And I know in that period of time, you had been to Colorado recently, but in that period of time, you were also traveling and kind of doing things, right?
Yeah.
So what was that? So what was that 8-month period of like for you? Because I feel like that's kind of cool.
8 months before Glaciers.
Yeah, before Glaciers. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I felt like that's like you took that time to like reset and kind of get yourself.
I mean, I was making shit. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like building a catalog up. You know how people like go off the grid and they just start working on an album and just
Kanye West shit.
making mad shit. But I was also like, I was moving. Like I was just moving hella cribs. I moved out of my mom's crib. I was up to Washington Heights. I went to East New York. I was just moving all over the place, and then now I'm like stable, like really set up, and now I'm like, all right, cool, let me really lock in. But in that time, like Glaciers was made during that move, like too. You know what I'm saying? I was in East New York at that time, at that crib. I was there for like 3 months. I made that crib with my homie Jack, and it was a moment where it was like, all right, whatever the fuck, it don't matter, whatever the fuck is going on in our lives right now, we gonna lock in on this song. We made that shit in like, an hour, you know what I'm saying? So I love those sessions that happen like that, where we just really blocked off and focused.
Right. It gave me like how I added the little Kanye West ad lib before. It gave me like the Kanye West Wyoming vibes, and even the video. Like I was like, this is, and I don't know. Maybe I'm a sucker for like those nature scenes and stuff like that. I don't know what it is, but it was so cool how you put all these things together, and it also in a way, I guess, and you could correct me if I'm wrong here, but in some way it reflected like your time in Colorado and kind of doing things. That was
definitely my quarantine. Like when March, like mid-March hit, I dipped, cause my girl's from Colorado, the same person who shot the video, Kaylee Weiss. She DPs most of my videos. Shout out Kaylee for real. She was in Colorado at the time, just like visiting her family, and was like trying to fly back to New York, and all her flights just kept getting canceled.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. This is March. Shit just got announced. Like everybody's like, wary. I just moved out of my crib. I'm in a new crib with roommates, and I'm like, fuck, I don't trust these niggas. Like, and she's like, yo, fly out here. Like, it's safe. We got space, and I got all my film equipment with me. Just bring your studio equipment. We could still be working. And I'm like, all right, lit. So I flew out there, and we was just shooting videos. Like I had a studio set up that was damn near better than the crib setup, and I was just mad productive. And I was there. I wanted to go for a week. Ended up being 2.5 months, and it was just like really got like a tour and like got real familiar with parts out there.
Do you feel like well, I know you said that you were making stuff, but do you feel like, I don't know, because sometimes I think when we're in New York for such a long period of time, like I haven't been outside of New York. Well, I've been to like Jersey, but that don't count. I haven't been like outside of New York, outside of this little bubble since since that March. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like for you getting outside of that, getting outside of the New York City bubble and just the New York bubble in general, and kind of having those different experiences in a different place and in a place where, you know, you're surrounded by mountains, you're above elevation, whatever. Do you feel like that was kind of like a big inspiration, reset? I don't know exactly what to call it, but I wanted to pick your brain on that.
I mean, like, I made this song Glaciers before I even flew out there.
Right. Yeah.
But I had like a vision in my mind for the video, and I was like, we can't just shoot. I can't be calling it Glaciers and shoot it in like all in New York. I wanted like it to be like half.
Like rats running in the background of the subway or some shit like that.
I had this like, you know, kind of the vision of the record and visually in my mind, and we shot it. It was like 12,000 elevation.
Wow.
So this place called Loveland Pass in Colorado, and it was cold. Like we was brick, and I was like, and I think the coldness that might have inspired the performance of the video. You know, just being like, yo, we have 2 takes, the lights changing, let's go, press record, and then boom, whatever comes out, you know, we take that, and that's what we have to edit. You know, so a lot of the situations is run and gun like that, and you just gotta like give it your all.
So the record was made in an hour. The video was made in 2 takes.
Yeah, for the Colorado stuff. Yeah,
that's so crazy how it's like something like that incredible of a record, and the video, of course, was just like something that was done pretty quickly.
Nah, that's what, like, I think prior, like a couple years ago, like I used to take my time, like, you know, I'll make a song and then it drop a year after or something like that. But now I'm like, as soon as it get made, I'm like streamline the process to release and then on to the next one, just so it's still exciting. You know what I'm saying? We always growing, we always making new shit, and like 100%. If it don't matter how fire the record is, if you wait a year, you're not gonna care about it no more. So like I'm always trying to get it out to the people as soon as possible.
No, yeah, and we also got another record. You could correct me if I'm wrong on this too, because when we talked on Zoom, was Glaciers supposed to be the final record before the album, or was it always meant to be Cavaliers to come after it?
It was in the air, like, you know what I'm saying. It was really a game time decision. Like it was like Glaciers and then the project. But you know what I'm saying. I'm happy. I'm happy I got to hear Cavalier and then eventually see the video too, because it's something totally different, and I'm happy to like people to see Glaciers and then see Cavalier and be like, how is this, you know, the same artist, and like how are they, like he trying something new every video, and even going back and watching Parachute and seeing the similarities between all 3 of them.
What was your kind of what did you kind of want to do with Cavalier, since like this was the final record before the project? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't originally planned. It was, like you said, it was game time decision. What did you kind of want to make sure? Why did you want to put this out? Why did you want to kind of put this out before the project came out?
I wanted, like, well, one, I want to do way more visuals, like,
which the visuals for that were dope too.
I appreciate it, and it was more so like I was like I could make, you know what I'm saying, a song or a video that's like me just rapping in front of the camera, or like some hard shit, because that's like maybe that's what the song calls for. But to do something like totally different, like this video is the first video where like I'm not saying any words, I'm not doing any performance shots, it's just all movements, it's all like, you know, artistical that way. So we just always just trying to push ourselves to do something new, and I feel like that was like the, you know, last avenue, like before the record drops, and, you know, and the visuals that come after that, to be like, all right, cool, like here's like how different I get, and the album being called Reborn like paves the way for that. You know what I'm saying? Paves the way for me to really try anything, put the paint on the wall, like, and flip the script of what you knew as like the summer's Akinyemi, or the Akinyemi from the past singles from the last couple years. So
with the album Upon Us, right? July 24th, correct?
July 24th was the date for Elsewhere.
Oh, my bad. That's the show.
July 20th.
July 20th.
July 20th. I dropped the record. They got a couple days to fill it out, and then they come to the show and rock with it.
Which I'm very excited for the show, because I'm gonna be coming to the show.
Appreciate it.
I heard we got to have a live band and all that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
So with the project, you know what I'm saying? It is upon us. How are you kind of feeling now that, you know, obviously after those 8 months, and now that we have 2 singles out, how are you feeling now with it almost here?
I'm at peace, honestly. Like it is what it, Like, I think as soon as I press, distribute on the, record, and it's like you got the release day, and that's like I'm at peace. Like, on to the next. You know what I'm saying? And it's a strange relationship, I have with, or every artist has with music, where it's like old to you, new to the people, and you kind of have to like try to go back into that shell and like see how it, like, imagine what it is to hear a song for the first time. You know what I mean? But
never thought about it like that. I'll be honest.
I'm really excited, honestly, because it's like it gives people an opportunity to be an Akinyemi fan. You know what I mean? Like to more like. I feel like I'm not really a fan of somebody's music unless I heard their body of work, like unless I'm like really rock their whole body of work, and it might be that one song that, the artist doesn't fuck with, or like the artist team don't fuck with, that fan is just rocking with, or like track 8 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
The one that's not the single, like I'm hyped to give fans the opportunity to just rock with those additional songs for real.
And you were Reborn. The album, the album is called Reborn, July 20th. I apologize for getting it mixed up with the Elsewhere show. Whoa,
it's 4 days away. It's whatever.
But so why Reborn? Why do you feel like you're reborn with this project? Like, what is why the decision to kind of go this route with it?
What you call it? So the project was initially called Warrior's Fate, and that's because Akinyemi means fated to be a warrior. Like, that's a direct, like, Nigerian translation. But I called it Reborn because I was definitely going through, like, mad different, like, changes. Like, both from my sonic, both from, like, myself, like, physically, and where I was staying at mentally. Like, I feel like everything about me as a person was changing. Like, mad people was saying, yo, you changed. Mad people was telling me that. So, like, I was like, fuck it, I'm reborn, and like I could do anything I can with that name. And I think that name actually gave me more freedom to imagine what the record could be. So I kind of like crafted the name first, and then I was like, I could really do anything. So like when y'all hear this record, y'all gonna see what I say. Like, y'all gonna hear what I'm talking about, because like there's a whole bunch of different genres on it, a whole bunch of me filling some pockets that I haven't filled before. So I'm hyped.
What are those pockets? Like, in what
I
respect?
got some alt shit on it. I got some, I got some trap shit. I got some drill shit. I got some,
You got some drill shit. What?
Yeah, I'm hyped.
You had me on a drill beat?
Yeah, I mean, you got a little taste of it with Cavalier, but
you did a little bit. See, because when you say drill, I think like full on like heavy like drill beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I think of like the Pop Smokes.
It's like drill influence.
Okay,
like, okay. Influence. Like you still gonna get the like I'm chill. Like you gonna get some like my roots is like Tribe. Like my roots is like 50. Like. Yeezy, like that's where I like grew up. Lupe, that's how I grew up. Like really.
You're very much Tribe and Lupe in one person. Now that you say it,
I want to, you know what I'm saying?
I see it. I would have said it before, but now that you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, Tribe and Lupe. If Tribe and Lupe were one person, it'd be you.
Okay, but if you say so. But yeah. So I grew up listening to a lot of those shit. So like a lot of those songs. So they definitely influenced the experimentation.
Right.
But I don't know. I ain't trying to throw it in a box.
No, I like that. I like how you're also kind of like going outside of what you're used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think as an artist, it's important to kind of, especially, after taking this time off, it's like, okay, I'm going to try some different things. I'm going to step outside the box. The climate of music now is completely different than how you left it. You know what I'm saying? Or right before you took your hiatus. And you mentioned like, because your Nigerian roots, and it was so funny because so my neighbor who I had mentioned to you, shout out my guy Blackway, who I mentioned to you in our last interview, because he went back to Ghana. Remember we had that whole conversation.
Facts.
He basically, for the people watching, my guy, he went back to Ghana, got in touch with his roots, got inspired musically and whatnot. And I was telling him about you because I was like, yo, this kid's dope.
I called my mom after that.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, when we going to Nigeria? And she hit me with some dates. I'm like, went to the airport, got my like global entry, all that. I'm like ready to go. Like I think after that interview, I was like, yo, like
that's fire.
Yeah.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, shit. No,
Yeah, he was, and he told me, because it was just us standing on our cars talking to each other. He's like, yo, tell him he has to do it. He's like, tell him he has to go and stay there for like a while and then just immerse himself in the culture and the music, and it's going to completely change his outlook and how he creates. And I was like, yeah, I got to tell him that when I do this in-person interview.
I had that relationship with Afrobeat. Like I think a lot of times like people see my last name, they see I'm Nigerian, and then they either want to send me a trap beat or they want to send me like an Afrobeat beat.
Right.
And like for me, it's like reggae, right? Like it's like reggae don't really hit unless you got the accent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I be having these dilemmas. I'm like, yo, am I like Nigerian enough to be doing these Afro beats? You know what I'm saying? I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like born and raised in New York, so like from Queens, like, but I definitely want to try it. Like it's something that I'm like, but I think I might lock in with an artist from Nigeria and like, you know what I'm saying, really do it the right way, bro.
That's why I gotta connect you with my boy. Maybe he could give you a little more insight and kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He could kind of show you what, because he's, again, shout out Blackway. I said it like 3 times, but shout out Blackway because his shit is dope.
Yeah, shit, link us. I'm with it.
But that's kind of, that's cool because, but I feel like you could still kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, your style isn't Afrobeat oriented, but it's also kind of like the drill stuff. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Drill isn't like the thing, isn't like the thing that people are like, they think of you for.
You could
know
throw
what
a
I'm
hi-hat in it and it makes it drill. Or same thing, like you could have you have one swing on a snare in this Afro beat or reggaeton. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like you could still swing some of like the Afro beat themes, and maybe you know, when you go over there you'll hear something or you'll be like, oh, this is something I can incorporate, but like, you know, you switch things around a little bit to kind of make it more Akinyemi.
Facts.
So we got the project on the way.
July 20th.
Is it just you on the project, by the way? I meant to ask that.
It's me. I got this singer, Shane Garcia, on the song called Selfish.
Okay.
My homegirl, Dumama from South Africa. She's on this song called Fire. And
okay.
She's fire. Like, that's all I gotta say about that. But those are the two features. Most of the project is just mostly me.
Got you. Yeah, because I was about to say, I'm like, I wonder if you're working with more people nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're back
I'm
in
doing
New York,
a lot more collabs these days, but you know that'll come out in the near future.
Who else are you working it with, if you don't mind me asking? Or is there anybody that you want to work with that you haven't gotten to yet?
I just did a song with Fresh Waters.
Okay.
From Pivot Gang. Shout out him, he's dope. But yeah, there's a couple. I want to work with Ice Cold Bishop. I want to work with Kemba from Bronx. There's a lot of more artists. I don't know off the top. Yeah. And
you're still you're independent, correct?
I'm independent. Yeah.
How is that, like, you know, going into this release? How is that, you know, going for you? How do you feel? How do you feel about being independent right now?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. Son. I'm doing a lot by myself. Like running the merch, going to the post office, shipping out the merch by my damn self. Like running these ads by myself, like
the Google Ads page be making you spin sometimes
you know
too.
What I mean, like I'm doing a lot. Like shout out my manager and everything, but like when you independent, like you don't have a 20, 30 person team like sending you assets, sending you know how much. You kind of just gotta do it. Yeah. And it's made me humble, honestly, because like I realized the delegation that happens like with bigger artists and like how much work those people do, you know what I mean? And like really, and I want to learn every aspect of the industry, like in terms of like the artistries, so that when I do delegate it, I'm doing it the right way, and I know like what to ask for, like what's my like my quality standard. But yeah, I'm doing a lot.
No, and you know, I didn't realize how much independent artists, or even how labels work until I have friends who work at labels, and when they tell me things about how many people may work on one piece of a project or even one single, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I read the credits all the time. I'm like, damn, 10 people's in the studio for this one record. Like this shit 2 minutes
and
long.
Even like in the marketing, you like when I find out how many people are behind like the marketing and do this and do that and do the Pandora this and the Spotify this and the title this, like I'm like, damn, this is a lot of shit.
Yeah, like even just having somebody like go to Spotify, go to Times Square at 3 in the morning to take a photo of your billboard or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they have people for that. So That's gonna be me though. I'm gonna be doing a selfie, but like
He's like, I'll be up at 3 a.m. in Times Square for my billboard. On God.
For real. Like, nah, but I pride myself with being independent. Because I really love the freedom of it. I love being able to just be like, somebody could hit me up for an opportunity and be like, do you own your rights? And I'm like, yes, you know what I'm saying? And then that could just be streamlined. There's no Hollywoodness. There's just action. So, yeah.
We have more merch on the way, too, since you were talking about the merch, right? So, obviously, we got the SeaWorld hat on now. We got some more stuff on the way.
I got this transit hat that kind of mimics the MTA. I'm probably going to drop that in the next week or two. I don't know.
With the album?
Yeah, with the album.
And I saw Tidal was showing you some love, too.
Shout out Tidal. They made me the cover of Tidal Rising hip hop. They just been showing love. Like shout out homies at Tidal. They really been showing love. So yeah.
What's next for you after this project? Like, what are you looking to do next now that, we back out, we back moving around? You mentioned you're collabing with more people. Yeah. What do you feel like is the next logical step?
I want to do like an EP or something like that with just collabs. Like,
ooh, okay.
With just like the homies, like I don't know how many songs, 5, 7, whatever, and just like bangers that you just make with the homies, or it could just be new people I collab with or whatever. But yeah, I think that's kind of more the lane. I'm just working with a lot more people too, and I'm excited to cross paths, trade fan bases, do all that.
If you had any advice for like these independent artists who look up to you, you know what I'm saying, like newer independent artists, what would be, I guess, your best piece of advice to give to them?
Just keep working. I think it starts at the art, and I think a lot of times, myself included, like you get boggled down with like the data, and then you start looking at reasons why shit couldn't be working, when all that time that you're researching, you're doing all that, you could be working on your art. You know what I mean? And I need to be told that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because since I am wearing multiple hats, like you can like wear one hat for too long, you know what I'm saying? So it's really finding balance, and I think the biggest thing is making a schedule, like, and just being like, yo, I have an hour to do these ads, I got an hour to write this song, I got an hour to do this, and then once you have that deadline, and you're like, yo, shit, it's 10:50, at 11, I got to do this other thing, like, you're going to kick it into high gear, and then start working quicker.
I like that. That. Well, look, I'm excited for this album. I'm excited for everything you got going on. Anything else that the people gotta know about before we sign off here for the day?
Shit, man. Nah, I think that's it, man. Reborn,
all capital letters,
all caps. Akinyemi NYC on Instagram, Twitter, all that. Akinyemi.me. That's my website for the merch and all that. But yeah, stay tuned.
And we're going to have you freestyle in a second, so I'm excited for this.
Let's get it.
We're going to have this all part of your role. Like, we're filming this like a week or two, I think, before the album come out. But we gotta have this out right in time for the rollout. Again, thank you for being here with me, my brother. It's a pleasure to finally meet you after a month and a half since we did the Zoom. Make sure y'all go get Reborn, all caps, out on July 20th. The show. Where can people get tickets for the show?
Shit, man. Go to my Instagram, Akinyemi NYC. My link in bio. Shit, that's it.
Boom, you heard him. All right, we about to set up for the freestyle. Till next time, Akinyemi on the radar, baby. My guy. Appreciate you.
Peace.